Also at this hour, Britain's former Finance Minister Rishi Sunak is all set to take the top job of the country. The first Indian origin Premier of the United Kingdom has a rocky road ahead as he inherits an economy that was headed for recession, even before the recent Liz Truss-trigger-turmoil came into the picture. The outgoing Prime Minister Truss resigned after her budget of tax cuts funded by debt sent shockwaves through markets, bringing the pound to a record low. The United Kingdom government had to take a U-turn on most of its budget, including scaling back a cap on soaring energy prices and bills that have contributed heavily to a cost of living crisis for tens of millions of Britons. Monday's data shows Britain's economic downturn has worsened in October, with private sector output at a 21-month low. Experts believe that the heightened political and economic uncertainty has caused business activity to fall at a rate not seen since the 2009 global financial crisis, barring the pandemic lockdown months. Sunak, the former Chancellor of the Exchequer, had warned against Truss's tax cuts in the previous battle for Premier's seat. He was proved right as the budget sent the pound crashing close to parity with the dollar and triggered yields on government bonds to soar. Sunak's premiership is getting mixed responses from the United Kingdom citizens.
Someone who's been educated in Harvard knows exactly what he's doing. You know, it's the absolutely only choice. Instead of just going for, like a lot of the politicians in the road, just want to be a politician in their own interest. I think he has a genuine interest in the welfare of this country.
He's a low-tax, trickle-down economist. Won't work. He's got to go. Got to move aside.
Rishi Sunak will meet King Charles and address the nation from Downing Street as he becomes Prime Minister. After his own audience with the King, Sunak is expected to give a speech to the country. And for more on this, we were earlier joined by Mike Buckley, who is a political analyst and senior journalist from London, and this is what he had to say.
Well, I think those of us who live our lives in the United Kingdom are hoping that it means a return to competent government. We haven't had a functional government in our country for about a year because Boris Johnson, the last but one Prime Minister, was mired in so many scandals, which some of your listeners or viewers may have heard about. Primarily the fact that he broke rules during the COVID-19 lockdowns, which he was asking the rest of us to obey. But there were many other scandals as well, which involving money, involving MPs doing the wrong thing and mistreating their staff, and involving Boris Johnson lying to Parliament and lying to the country. So that was a mess, and we didn't have functional government during that time, really. We've then had about 6 weeks of Liz Truss, another Prime Minister who's been even worse. So we're now hoping that Rishi Sunak will bring some competence back to proceedings. And that matters because our economy is in a mess. It matters because inflation is very high. It matters because mortgages are going up. It matters because actually a lot of people in the UK now, even though we're a rich country, can't afford to pay their fuel bills and they can't afford to feed their families. And we have many public services, including our health service, which are now struggling very much. And that's because we've had 12 years of bad government, as I would say, under the Conservative Party, but it's just getting worse and worse. So I do hope that Rishi Sunak can begin to turn things around.
WION is now available in your country. Download the app now and get all the news on the move.